In this video, I want to discuss the need to update your modules. Many times as we work on a project, we're focused on the task at hand and we don't think about updating everything to make sure that we're up to date on all the modules. So let's take a look at the Programmer Roadblocks project here. So I'm going to type in npm outdated. So npm outdated will list all modules that are out of date. As we can see here, there are many of them that are outdated, and here's what I have. Now, this isn't necessarily the one that I've got installed here, but it may be, because look at this is what's wanted. Latest and wanted are the same here, except for this one here, ESLint. What I'm going to look for is the wanted. In many cases, now keep in mind I'm on Angular 19 here, and that's the latest version that's out, and that's why it shows the latest here. But on these modules here are ESLint, and ESLint has other versions. So 8.24.0, so we might want to go up to this right here, just because it might be better fit. And this one as well, so 9.20.1 instead of 8.57.1. It's up to you. I mean, you make the decision on this, but I want to keep these up to date as possible for a couple reasons. So I'm taking advantage of all of the features of the modules and also any bug fixes that they have corrected in those modules. Sometimes there's bugs and you don't notice those bugs until somebody points it out, and then you find out you're out of date and you update your modules. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. One, it's kind of a slow way, is to go and do each one of these individually at the command line, npm install, or I, and then just copy this and paste, and then and then 19.1.8. So 19.1.8. And then you can do another one. I'm going to do just one to just demonstrate this. So so I have some errors. So it's asking for some other things to be updated as well. All right, so let's go in and I'll show you the better way, the way I usually do it. Let's list this again, npm outdated, and let's go to the package JSON, and we're going to move so the dependencies. So some of these things are going to be in, like these are in the dev dependencies down here. That's not something that runs during or while the program is running in production, but that runs while you're in development mode. But these up here, so this is a dev kit. That sounds like a dev, and it is. So let's make that 19.1.8. And notice in my editor, this is in WebStorm. WebStorm will change the color there. So the let's go through the rest of this. Angular animations. That's going to be up here. And that needs to be, so my editor will allow me to do the shortcut there, and I can actually, so common is another one, 7. compiler. So there's common, there's compiler. So this should be, so what I'm doing is I delete, so I'll do it on this one. So I'm going to delete the 6 and I'm going to delete the period. Now I'm going to type a period and it's going to give me a list. And so it'll do it that way. Let's see, prime ng themes. Oh, that's just it. 6. And I don't see anything for RxJS or TS Live. Now let's go down in here. ESLint plugin. This one. This is right. This is Angular. Add Angular. One. Add TypeScript. So let's go down here to add TypeScript. So in this case, I'm going to get rid of everything and I'm going to do the caret. And it pops up with 920.1. Okay, so this right here matches this. And these two match here. Let's go up, look at router. Well, before we go there, let's check this one. 19, this is the first one. 19.1.8. Let's go up to router. Routers, see it's 19.1.7. And then platform browser dynamic. That's done. 19.1.7. Platform browser. 19.1.7 forms, 19.1.7 core. Now this compiler CLI. Here's Angular CLI, that should be okay, that needs to come up. Here's the compiler CLI. So anything with CLI or compiler, that's always going to be down in the dev dependencies. Because this is not what runs in production. This is what runs in the development environment and in the testing environment. Everything up here in dependencies, this is what it's running in production. So these are not changed. I'm just going to try these just to see what they do. So it still says 0. So the npm outdated is the easy way. The hard way is going through each one and trying them. And those are all good. Jasmine core, let's see if there's any change on that. Now I'm only doing the patch. So this is the version. This is the that's the major version. This is the minor version, and this is the patch. So usually the patch is, minimal changes, usually bug fixes, that type of thing. All right, so we look good there. Now I'm going to try run this, and I'm going to just do npm I, and let's see what happens. So So npmi is running. Okay, so we have some problems, and something is not happy. So they're saying to run with force or legacy peer dependence. I always run with force. So let's see if that works. And we got warnings, but that's all. Everything's still building. You can see in the messages here, it's looking, could not resolve the dependency, and then that was actually installed. It's saying we need to have this. So there's a dependency somewhere, either in my code or in one of the modules that's expecting that. And it's all done. There's 5 moderate severity vulnerabilities. Now, that just means that if there were 5 severe severity vulnerabilities, I would run this npm audit fix force for sure. But let's try running this anyway. I've had cases where I run this and then I get some severe, and then I run it again and I get back to this. So let's just see what happens here. npm audit force. See what this does. Okay, we got a lot of deprecated. Now some of these, like, this is not part of my package. It's not part of my project. It's part of one of the modules. It has a dependency and it's looking for that. I'm not going to worry about it. So in this case here, I got a lot more vulnerabilities. I got 28 high vulnerabilities. So let's run this again, and it should reset it back to the other. It's like it toggles back and forth. So I'm running this again. Hopefully it'll fix that. And I'll have 5 moderate vulnerabilities. I can deal with 5 moderate. High or critical, I don't want. Okay, so I'm back to the 5 moderate. Now there's another trick you might want to try. When you have this kind of a problem, you need to go and delete your node modules and your package lock. So I'm going to delete both of those. This is a process that I use to clean up a project when it seems to have errors and it's not clean. It could be that I installed something and then uninstalled it. If you do install something and you want to uninstall it, don't just delete it from here. Make sure you use the npm uninstall command. All right, so now they're deleted. I'm going to do just a regular npm I without a force. This will recreate the package lock, and it will recreate the node modules. So let's let this build and we'll come back. Okay, we came back. I didn't have to run with force, just the npm install worked. I have my 5 moderate severity vulnerabilities. I'm going to let that be as is. Now you can run npm audit alone, and it will show you where the vulnerabilities are and show you what they are. So you'll be able to see that, and then you can say fix, but usually you're going to have to do a -- force with the fixed. So in this case, I ran it with npm I. I did not have to run with force, and the project has been updated. So everything now is good, and I will put this in GitHub with the update packages branch, and then I will make that available so you can look at it. I hope that this makes sense and why you need to ensure that your project is up to date on the versions of your node modules. I hope this video has helped you. Please like and subscribe, and we will continue to make more videos. Thank you.